Hi, hello YouTube family, and I'm making another quick video. I got my helper here with the camera, so I'm actually able to talk to the camera full on. I just want to do a quick video on edging walls and how to kind of just create a nice clean edge. I'm not a professional painter, nor do I profess to be, and nor will I probably do enough of it to become a professional painter to do all the cutting and everything perfectly. I can do it, but it takes me some time to do it correctly. But I did find this really cool tool at Home Depot that can help with that. So normally what I would use is a tool like this. We're all familiar with that. I'd use this as an edger, and then I would have my brush, and I'd be going along, holding this in place, and then, brushing along those lines like that. So in order to kind of create a nice clean edge. And that's good, it works, it does take some time and great deal of patience. The other technique is to make sure you have an angled brush, and then you apply the paint to the paintbrush in a manner to make sure that the paint is in the middle of the spokes as much as possible, in the middle there. And then you would simply use it, and you line it up, and then you would edge it and kind of go long ways that way. It takes some practice to get pretty good at that. So rather than going through those techniques, which take a lot of time, I figured there had to be another way out there to get it done. And in my searching, I went and bought this little handy edger tool from Home Depot, which seems to get the job done pretty well. It took me a couple passes, I had to get used to it. So, it may take you a little bit of practice or whatever, but let me show you how it works. So it's basically a square, like a little bristle sponge on the end, and we're gonna apply paint on this. Now, the way I do it is I dip the paint in, I dip this into the paint, which I'm going to do in just a moment, but I don't try to coat the whole bottom of this with paint. That's too much, and then I find myself smearing it, as opposed to really getting it on and creating a straight line. And if you look here, there's two wheels at the top that kind of roll along with the wall. So, this wheel's kind of not moving as much as it should. There you go. So, and this is really one of the best sides to keep on there. It's designed so you could use it with a pole. I've never done that. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me to try to use it with a pole because you're probably going to have some smearing or whatever else taking place. So I'm not saying it's the best tool in the world, but I was able to edge the entire baseboards of this one-bedroom apartment with this tool really in a matter of 5 to 10 minutes. So that's what I would call a major success. So I'm going to use this right now to get some edging along the ceiling. So as you can tell, we've been doing some painting in this room and just need to get the ceiling edged out. And I want to make a quick video using this tool to show you how that's done. So I'm going to put some paint on here now. So I got a typical tray of paint here. I'm going to put it on there, and I'm just kind of barely getting it in there, right? I'll show you what that looks like. There you go. See, I'm not painting. I don't know what the manufacturer's instructions say about this here, but I'm not coating this whole device with paint. I got just enough paint on there that I know I can control. And when I did a fresh load of paint on this device, I don't go and just stick it up against the wall up here. Instead, I kind of stick it on a little bit lower, smear it a little bit so I know that the paint is doing what it's supposed to do, and then I'll just slowly raise it up, and then I'll roll it along the edge here. Okay, so you can see there. There you go. Takes a couple passes in the beginning to kind of get it straight, get it on there, and now I'm lining it. Okay. So you can see how we're able to get a nice straight edge using this tool pretty quickly. I'm just going to switch hands and take it a little bit further. So that one small dip of paint, it'll probably give me anywhere from 3 to 5 feet worth of lining. And in a situation like this, where it's kind of, you have a couple white streaks in there, I just simply take the edger right back on that and go over it again. Okay? And if necessary, I may put a little bit more paint on it. This is my first time putting paint on this today, so, usually after you put paint on it 2 or 3 times, it holds that paint pretty well. And this is how I line. And it's a lot faster than using the old technique with a brush, or for me, even, as a person who's not a professional painter, it's a lot faster than me going in and edging. So, this is how I go about edging my walls to get the job done faster And what you can do is a little bit of a cheat is once this dries on there, and the paint and match, because it's comes from the same bucket, of course, but you can take a bead of caulk and run it all on the edges there and smooth that out, and then you have a perfectly lined edge. So here's a closet, for example, that we're getting started in. And you can see here inside this closet, hopefully it's enough light in here, but you can see inside the closet how we can then take this same edger and quickly edge out all this woodwork around there and save ourselves just really a ton of time. Just a ton of time. Okay, so that's just quickly how this tool works. Once again, I have not used this tool with a pole. And maybe it'll work great with a pole, maybe it's not. It's obviously designed for a pole. I haven't tried that. Feel free to try it yourselves and leave us a comment below. Thank you, and hope this tip is helpful to you.